Okay. Back with another Eastshade playthrough. This will be my second session with the game. I had a really great time playing it the other night. Just really overall positive experience. I love the atmosphere of this game. I love the characters. There's so much that I didn't expect to actually be there. Like the light crafting and survival elements. Just the character quests and dialogue and things like that. It's very Morrowind-esque. Like when I last saved last night, there's a tower behind me, then with a locked door, and I gain a dialogue topic, so presumably I can go back to town and ask someone about this tower and learn more about that, which is a cool system. Just interesting things I wasn't expecting. I was playing on 4K last night, at least on my resolution, which was making the game pretty hitchy. I wasn't really getting a solid 60. So I dropped it down to 1080p because I'm recording this in 1080p anyway, so it's not like anyone watching the video will notice. That's mainly just for my pleasure. I haven't noticed a huge difference. It's just mainly the stuff farther out from my point of view that's a little bit more blurry, but I can live with that. When I make a painting anyway, it seems to have some heavy distortion anyway to get like a painterly effect, I suppose. So I don't think it will affect me too much, and hopefully it still looks good on the video. But yeah, same as last time, I'm just going to play the game, mute my mic, and when I'm done playing for today, I'm just going to give some more of my thoughts. And yeah, so this is more Eastshade.
I saw you talking with the captain. How is she doing? I don't think I've heard her talk about much else. I wonder if she'll ever recover. How have you been? After that wreck, I may just settle down here for a while. I think the dock workers use fabric sacks with the incoming and outgoing shipments. You might ask one of them. His disappearance was all very mysterious. I don't believe anyone's seen him in a long time. The original town built on the river. I remember hearing that it got destroyed in a mudslide. I heard that when I was really young. Oh yes, I saw that from the ship. It looked as if there was a light coming from inside. Could it be a lighthouse?
I'm so good at flapping my wings!
The traveling artist. That's where we all used to live. There was just so much rain one year. Luckily, we had the foresight to get out before the mudslide. No one got physically hurt, but the whole town was devastated. Towers like that were used to send fire signals to Nava, but we don't need to do that anymore. It's a bit eerie, but late the other night, I thought I saw lights coming from inside the tower. Oh, it's probably just some kids playing a prank. Certainly.
I do enjoy this exciting new lifestyle I've adopted. Did I ever tell you about my journey to Lyndow? True. Perhaps Epic Saga is a more fitting description. Say, you do some sort of art things, don't you? Do you think you could capture my sheer magnificence on canvas? I'm dying to show my friends what a remarkable traveler I've become. What stunning taste you have. Be sure to capture every bit of my elegance.
Hello there, newcomer, are you? Trying to get across the bridge, I guess. I hope you've got the glowstones for it. It's not free, you know. The rule is you pay once and you can use it as much as you'd like. Hi, mate. I'm a fisher. I catch fish, I cook fish, and I sell fish. You know. And mostly what I do here is fish. Sometimes I like to visit town, but not very often.
What's all that you're carrying? Looks heavy. Are you some kind of painter? You know what? Maybe there's a way you can get the glowstones out of me after all. There's a gazebo in Lyndow. Real pretty spot. Maybe you've been there. Anyway, I'd like a painting of that view. The gazebo is easy to find. It's just behind the inn. And I want the painting from the gazebo, not of the gazebo. It's the view, not the building, if you get my meaning. Damn fish aren't biting today. If you're still willing to paint that gazebo view for me, remember, the gazebo is just behind the inn. See you around.
Get out!
Easy does it. Do you know your name? Okay, just have to check. Standard protocol when someone gets hit in the head like that. And do you remember what happened? Isan said you provoked him, is that true? Well, telling the complete truth always matters. Did he at any point ask you to leave? There was no tension of any kind in the conversation? Listen, I think I know what's going on here. As an official, I'm obliged to tell you, in the future, in situations like these, never confront the parent, ever. It's most likely they will deny and defend, and no good can come of that. If you suspect something, report it. Don't take it into your own hands. You stay clear of Isan now, and he'll stay clear of you. I'll be on my way now. We've got it handled. Like I said, you two just stay out of each other's way.
Oh my. That painting. It's the most perfect thing I've ever seen. I simply must have it. This is wonderful. My friends will be so jealous of me. I think I'll start a collection of paintings just like this. Can you imagine? An entire wall filled with paintings of me.
You don't look like you're from around here. I'm the sheriff of the island. Glad to meet you. Anything I can help with? Yes, extremely busy. It's not all about crimes and capers, though it is about that too. Anything else? Anything else?
If you're still willing to paint that gazebo view for me, remember, the gazebo is just behind the inn. Damn fish aren't biting today. If you're still willing, see you around.
There's nothing like a good book on a day such as this. Actually, books are the perfect way to spend any day. Do you enjoy reading? I'm glad to hear that. Perhaps I can share my favorite books with you sometime. My favorite books are the ones that inspire me to write myself. How about you? We creatives, me a writer, you a painter, we've got to stay inspired. Best way I've found is to drink many, many cups of tea. Always gives me a boost. Speaking of writing, if you find any feathers around here, I'd happily buy them. I'm constantly losing my quills. I figure 3 should do it. Oh, wonderful! Hopefully this is enough to last me a while. Thank you very much. I do hate scouring the forest floor for these. If you find any more, I'll pay you 1 glowstone apiece. Is there something else? Lyndow used to be right on the river until a mudslide destroyed most of the town. After that, the townspeople relocated to the coast. Many of the folk from old Lyndow moved there after the mudslide. The library there is of a historic note. Ah, that would be Azad, a brilliant, brutally honest, and highly misunderstood man. Undoubtedly too curt for his own good. Perhaps that's why many Lyndow folk found it difficult to maintain amicable relations with him. I think the dock workers use fabric sacks with incoming and outgoing shipments. You might ask one of them. That's where I live, when I'm not camping. My house was the only thing standing after the mudslide. I'm certain you did. Did you manage to take a peek inside? Oh, good. I hope you found something to read that was of interest to you. That building was part of the original town of Lyndow. I've heard a ghost has taken up residence inside. If you're interested in an adventure, it's a lovely spot for a nighttime stroll. Is there something else?
Well, looky here, you've gone and painted the gazebo view. Are you willing to sell it? Well, how about that? Got myself something fancy. Damn fish aren't biting today.
Oh, hello there. Mind the plants underfoot. What can I do for you? I spend a lot of time studying and documenting new plant life. Just yesterday, I believe I discovered a new sort of lily pad. We've got great plant diversity, and I can always get imported teas from the storehouse. We've also got more wild bloom sacks than anywhere else. Believe it or not, I've never been. I'm not sure Bojan would care much for the bustle. I think the dock workers use fabric sacks with the incoming and outgoing shipments. You may want to ask one of them. As far as I know, he left Lyndow a long time ago and never returned. Unfortunately, he and I did not get along terribly well. It was destroyed such a long time ago. I was only a child, so I barely remember what it looked like. I like to go walking over there. It's nice to take in the sea air from time to time. Mind the plants underfoot!
La la la. It is a broomsack raft. It does not. It looks quite nice if you ask me. I made it after all. I might, but only if you meet the right requirements. My only requirement is that you be my friend. One of my best friends, to be exact. I understand. Quite reasonable. Let us begin learning about one another. Is your favourite colour orange or yellow? I see. Now, if you had to choose between eating slugs or cakes, which would you eat? No. Why would you ask that? This next one will be tricky. If you saw a frog stranded all alone on a lily pad, what would you do? Just because it's normal doesn't mean it's acceptable. Please, consider how the frogs feel about it. I feel as if I have come to know you very well. Would you agree that we can be friends now? Oh, wondrous! Here, now we can sit on rafts together. You'll need some twine to keep it all together. I don't know how to make that, but Ona has a lot of it. You also need wax, and that's very hard to find. Sometimes there's stale candles, but don't tell Ona.
Hello again. I overheard your conversation with Bojan. He'll be so excited to have you as a friend. He's a very special individual. There's no one who loves rafting as much as he does. Though he can be difficult at times, he's a kind soul. I appreciate your cordialness. Ah, a blossoming botanist, I see. To start, you'll need some roots. You can find them at the bases of trees. I can show you how to make twine, but it is a process. I see you're a painter. I would so love some artwork in my home. I'm quite partial to sandy beaches. What do you say? If you make me a painting, I'll teach you how to make twine. I look forward to seeing your work. Mind the plants underfoot.
What are you doing out so late? Oh, dear. I must ask that you tell no one about this. The information you have is already too close to uncovering the truth. I'm delivering supplies to someone who is hiding in the old tower. That old tower was once used to communicate urgent messages to Nava using signal fires. Some years ago, the need for such a tower faded, and it fell to ruin. That old tower? Someone has taken up residence there. I suppose one could say this person is hiding out. They wish not to be bothered by anyone, and that's something I can relate to. This person wishes to remain unknown, and I mean to respect their wishes. I help lock it up, and only I hold the key to enter. I deliver supplies at night. I think they feel that the world of people is no place for them. I'm not sure this is the right solution, but the choice is not mine to make. I do hope you decide to keep this a secret. Its exposure means nothing to you and everything to the one who dwells in the tower. Well, I suppose you've already connected the dots. I knew someone would guess it eventually. The one who dwells in the tower is the architect of New Lyndow. The one who designed the beautiful buildings. The one who has been missing for years now. Maybe this is for the best. Perhaps it's time someone talked to him. And maybe it's best if it's an outsider. I think deep down, he doesn't want to be living in the tower. He is rash, and he is proud. Would you talk to him? I'll leave the door unlocked for you.
I saw some birds flying around a few nights ago. They were so graceful. I especially like the ones that do this. Ooh, ooh. What a fun way to talk. Ooh. Fancy, fancy city folk, but they do buy my pots. Bye now.
Alright, so I think I'm actually going to choose this place to stop right now. Still some pretty cool stuff. Still noticing some rough spots with like bugs and glitches and stuff like that, like trying to paint that gazebo for the fishermen, and my first painting apparently wasn't gazebo enough or something. And yet, painting the pompous ape guy in the inn, I purposely tried to see what I could get away with in terms of how much my subject has to be in the shot, and I caught like part of his head through some pots, and that was perfectly fine, and he was perfectly happy with that. So I'm not sure what the deal with that is. Hopefully it doesn't happen too often, because what I said last time about liking the limited resources that you have for making paintings, if I decide to make a shot, or make a painting, I guess, even though it is basically like taking screenshots, and like I spend these resources and it ends up not working out, that's kind of confusing and kind of disappointing. And also the thing with going to the abandoned tower and figuring out who's there, and there's no one inside, and I don't know if it was late enough at night, but even those, the like light survival mechanic of like needing to be warm, and so having to drink that special tea in order to protect yourself from the cold. Like, I was so close to getting back to the inn and getting inside before it just kicked me back up to the bed inside the inn anyway. And luckily, I don't think I lost anything for dying to the cold. So it isn't like too big of a deal. It just kicks me back to what I assume is the last bed I rested at. So maybe those are like save points or bonfires and that type of thing, or this game's equivalent of that. But otherwise, I didn't talk about the music. I love the music. It's just really well done. You know, even though I'm noticing these rough spots and bugs with the game, it's still cool to just walk around and explore, and just like, I got lost in the music for a second. I was kind of hoping that this tower, like, I could use the zipline or something, but maybe it's like the rafts. Maybe I need to construct something to actually use the zipline first. But yeah, I was like backtracking to go back to the beach that I washed up on, and it's like, oh, there's no sand here. This guy wants sandy beaches, so yeah. Still impressed so far. Still have an overall positive impression of it, despite those problems that I had during this session. Still just really cool and chill to just walk around and talk to people. I love the personality of the NPCs I've been meeting and stuff like that. Just just interesting little dialogue things here and there. But yeah, this is pretty cool. So I'm just going to save it here. I'm going to end the video. But I'm going to keep playing this later. And so, yeah, until next time, have a good one.